Hey y'all, what is going on? Happy Tuesday. We are about to go live. If you are watching us live, whether you're on uh, Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, make sure y'all share them live. Let's go ahead and get this going. Yeah, it's about that time. You're rocking with your boy Damo Unleashed and Sky Black on the Nashville Caveman Podcast. Stay tuned.
On the whip with the crystals on the side. Doors flip up, yeah, we call it suicide. Creeping like a spider every time that I ride. Yeah, I smile at my haters just to fuck what they find. All so dope, then the truth tell a lie. $1 million dreams make a broke nigga high. Dudes get mad when they wanna say hi. The paint so wet that it make a pussy slide. Some rooftop with the wood grain grip. Ain't even raining, but the paint still drip. I'm not even traveling, but baby, I'm a trip. So she riding up the mountainside just to see the tip. Top of the world, that's what they ain't wanna be. Riding in a battle, adding to my legacy. Crystals on the chrome, yeah, the body so G. I'm a stunt so.
What is going on, y'all, man? Happy Tuesday, or as some people would say, Taco Tuesday. But it's Christmas. I don't know what too many people have the tacos today, or it's Christmas Eve. What is going on? I am your host, Damo Unleashed, here with a very good friend of mine that I look at like a brother. I'm going to roll out the red carpet, and the floor is yours.
Man, tomorrow is Christmas. Happy Christmas Eve to everybody. It's been a great year, especially for us, because the year's gone by really fast. I don't know if I'm going to do my show tonight. I think I might take the show off tonight since it's Christmas Eve. I don't think anybody will be really interested in listening. I could be wrong. If you want the show to play, hit me up and let me know. But I'm going to take Christmas Eve off and maybe New Year's Eve, depending on how I feel, for the radio show. But I hope everybody's excited about tomorrow. Did you see the movie that came out, Red One, with The Rock?
No.
Okay.
Is it out in the theaters or is it out on TV?
Streaming. I think it's on Prime.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, I hope everybody enjoys all the gifts that Santa's going to bring them. And if Santa doesn't bring you no gifts, then just enjoy your time with your family. Have good food. Watch some football games. Speaking of football games, Denver disappointed me against the Chargers. They had that game in hand, and all of a sudden, you start to see why Bo Nix is a rookie. And they lost that, but hopefully we got one more game against us. Is it your team or is it Cincinnati? I think we play Cincinnati. Yeah, we play Cincinnati or whatever. But yeah, man, happy holidays and really good happy holidays to you and your family. I hope tomorrow is a great day for you.
Man, you know what? Any day that I'm above ground, especially considering what I've been through this year, is a good thing, And Sky, you're absolutely right, man. Christmas and all holidays are bigger than just the gift giving. It's about being around your loved ones, being enjoying their company. Because let's be honest and realistic about it. Who really remembers the majority of gifts you have gotten over the years? There may be specific gifts that you may remember, but all them gifts, nothing is like just experience and with your family and being with your family. Because if you had to choose family or gifts, I'd take the family all day.
Yeah. So, gifts come and go.
Yeah, they come and go. And a lot of them we don't even remember.
Nope. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
Even the Christmases, I sit back and think about it. I probably can remember one or two, and it's usually the best Christmases or the worst Christmases that you've had. But in the spring, you don't remember. You don't remember the stuff you gotta know.
I don't. I mean, especially when you're out of high school, the years go by so fast. I can't remember what Christmas did I do this, or what Christmas did we do that, or what did this? Like, man, it's like it's all one big day.
Man, you know something that I hope, because of everything that happened 3-4 weeks ago, something that I missed out on, and I hope that I can do this upcoming year, is just to give community service, man. I would have loved to have adopted a family, or did some kind of giveaway, because for me it's all about making other people laugh and feel joy. I feel like if I'm not doing that, man, it's just an empty. You're like, what am I doing?
And that's what you try to teach people, right? That to me, that's a boss move, right? So me and mine, we donated to Angel Tree, right? And then we found other kids that we bought Christmas gifts for. But then let's give a shout out to No Limit Pro Wrestling. They did a Christmas drive. Mike, if I'm wrong, tell me, but I think he said he had 947 gifts.
Woo!
No Limit Pro Wrestling handed out to kids this Christmas. Congratulations on that. That is a boss move. As you get older, it's like, what me, you, Mike, we don't have to wait for one day. Right. We can buy whatever we want any given day of the week, right? But for children, they have to wait for birthdays or Christmases. So when you say, I don't want nothing for Christmas, as a man, I'm good. I'm going to take my resources and help other people. That is a boss move. That's what you're looking for. When you can get to the point where you can spend $200, $300, $400 on other people's kids, on Angel Trees, and like you said, have a family, that's when you know you've made it.
Yeah, you're right, man. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I want to ask you, man, so out of all the Christmases you had, what is one of the best gifts you ever had, and what is probably one of the worst gifts you probably ever got? If you can think offhand, because you probably got so many things throughout the years. Is there one in particular gift that you will always remember, and whether it's good, and one that was just like horrible?
I think, and the way I think my worst Christmases, I'm gonna add an S, was anything before I turned 18, because I couldn't control what I got or what I wanted. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't do. Once I turned 18 and I knew that I could get what I wanted, then every Christmas up to now is a great Christmas. Like the best Christmas gift I gave myself is I finished my will and my last will and testament. So that is, and you finally gotten insurance and all that good stuff. So to me, that's the best. Anything after 18 were all the best Christmases, because I could have got it before Christmas, after Christmas, or on Christmas Day. Like, that was the gifts to myself that I knew that I could get. Before 18, ain't no telling what you're going to open, to be honest with you. That's mine. How about yourself?
You know what? The best gift that I ever got was a gift that I purchased, right? And the funny part about it, this Christmas, it was the only gift that we got. So I had a summer job, and I saved up my money. That's one thing I used to be really good at, saving up my money. Mm-hmm. Christmas came around, and Nintendo. It was the year Nintendo came out. And everybody had to have one. And I saved up my money. At this year, my father didn't have money to just go and get us no gifts. So we really would have had nothing for Christmas. But I so happened to get the Nintendo, and that's all we wanted. We all played that. All day, all night. We didn't even care that there was nothing else up under the tree. The fact that we had that, it was one of the best Christmases ever. And then, of course, the worst Christmas gift I ever got was some church socks in town. Because, we ain't it wasn't like I was going to church. Why would you give me some dress socks and I don't dress up to go anywhere? I mean, now I dress up, but I wasn't dressing up, man, when I was young to go anywhere. The only time we ever went to church, guess, Take a guess. The only time we ever went to church.
Easter.
That's how I know.
About Easter. I don't know what it is about Easter when I go to church, right?
All the time, most black kids go to church. It's Easter. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we were one of them kids. We were project kids. We wasn't, they would send us, or they would have a little bus that would get the little neighborhood kids and take them. But we didn't know what we was talking about. We didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And they meant well, but we didn't know. We was there for the snacks. We ain't give a damn nothing about no damn Jesus back then. You know where the snacks at? I ain't ate breakfast and lunch all day. I ain't had dinner last night. With them juices.
I gotta ask you a question about the Nintendo, right? So two things. One, which one did you get? Did you get the one that came with the gun and the running pad, or you just got the basic that came with the two controllers?
Oh no, I got the one with the duck hunt.
Duck
hunt and the two, it didn't have two controllers back then. We just had the one controller.
Right.
You had to buy it. Did it have two?
Yeah, mine came with two.
Yeah.
And that's what made me upset after so long that now these consoles only come with one controller. Because even with the first PlayStation in 2000, right, came with two controllers. After that, you had to buy the second controller. I was like, I ain't never seen no like it. I always stay with two controllers. You know what I'm saying?
It's smart.
But tell people how much was a Nintendo back in 1988?
Man, it was when I got the one I got. It was $100. But $100 back then was like $300.
Absolutely. And the cartridges was like what, $25-$30?
Oh no! It depended on what game you was getting.
Mm-hmm.
They were up as high as $40-$50.
Yeah, well, mine came with Mario.
30 and 50.
Yeah, absolutely. But man, look at these consoles today. PlayStation 5 went for like $600-$700. Like, that's crazy.
Man,
with one controller.
More than that, Sky.
Huh?
It was going for more than that.
Yeah, with one controller.
When they couldn't keep up with it, if you remember or not, those was going for $1,000. There were people paying $1,100, $1,200 just to have it, be the first to have it. And the only difference is the graphics was more detailed. That was it.
Man. And that's crazy. And then you still had to pay $70, $80 for another controller.
Yeah.
And now these things hold full controllers. So that's just ridiculous. If you got a house full of kids and you need all these controllers, then you have to charge the controllers. You got to pay extra for the charging stand. I mean, it's just crazy. Pay extra to play online. When was the first time you ever played online? The first time I ever played online, my friend had a super PlayStation, right? What's the second one? It was not PlayStation, sorry, Super Nintendo. And he had the little ether cord that he could plug to the back of it. Was it something? I can't remember what was that. I want to say it was Super Nintendo. He had the ether cord he plugged to the back and plugged it into his wall where the phone jack was, and he could play online. I don't know if it was that or if it was the Sega Dreamcast. Remember the Dreamcast the first time we played online? What was the first time you played online on a console?
Man, I've never played on. Well, the first time I've ever played online was the PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the only time. Because when PlayStation 1 came out, by that time I was married, and I was not trying to, it's either, look, you either gonna play this game or you gonna play it with your wife.
Mm-hmm.
Make the choice. And I chose the wife. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, they chose the game. Nah. I got rid of the one I had, PlayStation 1, I ended up getting rid of it. I ain't want them problems.
Yeah.
You don't want a game to be competing with your significant other. And that's it. And some females here's the issue. Some females, they get in a relationship and they don't understand. Okay, you're in a relationship. If you don't have to hang up under me 24 hours a day, go find you some hobbies to do. We ain't gotta cuddle all day. Learn how to sew. Learn how to knit. Learn how to cook. Get a hobby that you enjoy. Maybe you like, to save stamps, collecting stamps. Find something to do. Dudes' hobbies, especially like when you get off work and you just want to scream and punch walls and you punching at the air because you mad at people you had to deal with that day. Well, the way we come down off that stress is what? Gaming.
Yeah, games, yeah.
But dudes, I have to understand too, you can't be on, like, look, if you at work 8 or let's say 10 hours, if you at work 10 hours, you're gonna sleep anywhere from 6 to 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta leave some time in there, spend with your significant other. You can't be on a console all night long.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So if you don't know how to balance, and me, I didn't know how to balance. I didn't know how to balance, you know, game console time and you know, marriage or relationship. So I just got rid of the console. Like, well, look, you gonna play with this controller or you gonna play with this, and I'm gonna play with that. You know, I ain't screw that controller, screw that game.
Right. I mean, I've had friends whose girlfriends were into games.
Yeah, now you winning if you got that. If you got a, if you like, dude, if you got a female that's in the game or she in the sports, I'm talking about she ain't into him because you into him. She literally follow the sport. Oh, you win. You win. Is she fine? You win. You know, a lot of relationships and marriages don't last because they don't have any common interests. You know what I'm saying? And if you just want to hang up under me, you know what I'm saying, and spoon all day, it ain't gonna work.
Nope.
Yeah, I never did I didn't do the online until you know, maybe a couple years ago when I got a new system and I was playing the game system. Then I got online, but no.
Yeah, you know, that was my first. I was like, "There, you can play folks online." But
That
it
is
was
right.
slow. It was slow and it was terrible. It ain't like it is today.
Yeah.
And I just think about how it went from there to where we at now. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know how addicting that is?
The Sega CD, the Sega Genesis, the very first Sega. Like we had all of them. I remember Atari. Like that was terrible.
We had an Atari.
Yeah.
Man, we had an Atari. We was, Space Chase. Man, I mean, well, my grandmother wouldn't let us on, but a couple hours, we only had so much time. And then when her TV shows came on, we had to get off of it. Because I'm telling you, if we were allowed to play Atari whenever we wanted to, we would have never went outside. We wouldn't have been outside kids. We would have never been out. We wouldn't have been riding bikes. We would have been like these kids now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I was glad. Or I got to give my grandmother her props for doing that. You know what I'm saying? She didn't let us just get on and be on all night and all day, and you know. I gotta get.
Well, I enjoyed it. I still enjoy playing it to this day. It's the stress reliever, depending on what game you're playing or whatever. Yeah, but the Nintendo back in the day, that was it. I never fathomed the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64. Like that just never thought to my mind. A PlayStation 5. It was like, this is it. You know what I'm saying? This was it. Mike Tyson's Punch Out, Pro Wrestling. RC Pro Am, I mean all those games.
I used to love pro wrestling.
Man,
Yep.
So, yeah.
And then look where it's at now. You got, for example, GTA. I never would have imagined, because I'm a big GTA fan. Once I got my hands on GTA, all the other games I had, I quit playing.
Mm-hmm.
I was because I could be on here, troll, talk trash, talk about somebody's mama, you know what I'm saying? And just have fun, you know? But it tripped me out that you could be on a game like that and then the girls giving head in the car. I'm like, they got literally, and there's little kids that was on there. And you can go and buy a stripper and pay a stripper, and literally, I'm like, man. So imagine where we're gonna be at 10 years from now, or 15 years from now. Maybe not even that long. Where in the game system, you put it on, and they already got these virtual reality games. You can put them on, and it's actually like you're literally seeing what you see. Imagine when they get to the point where you can feel, you can touch things and feel it. That's when it's gonna get crazy.
It is. It's gonna get really crazy. Absolutely. You know, I can't. I couldn't imagine what it's gonna be like in the next 20 years, man. I remember after the Nintendo came out, and then they came out with was it PlayStation, was this Super Nintendo? You know, when they started adding the extra buttons, the X, Y, Z, and
that's what they did. PlayStation.
I just know A and B. Where all these other buttons come from?
Yeah, X and Y, and then they had the left and right one, left and right two, and yeah, man, and then it was hard enough.
They got the little triggers on the side. Yeah. I was like, damn, I want to have fun. I ain't trying to learn all this stuff. Now you got so much stuff you can do with your hands and fingers. It's crazy.
Cheat codes and stuff.
Yep.
All the cheat codes.
Man, I had the Game Genie that I stuck my cartridges on, and it came with a book of codes.
It was a cheat. The Game Genie. Cheat, Sky.
Yeah, I had the Game Genie. Sure did. I had the punch out. Fun. Did you have the punch out? The glove that they came out with?
I wanted it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Damn. And now they got the Wii. They came out with the Wii.
The Wii, yeah.
Which was pretty cool. I actually need to get that. If any game systems I need to have, they need to be the Wii. Because at least the Wii is a workout, and you really be tired. And it lets you know you could be 40, but it's saying your body and your exercise agility is that of a 60-year-old. It's fun. Mm-hmm. We'll make you feel real bad.
Absolutely. I remember when my friend had a Wii. I was like, this is neat. It's dope. I don't know what happened to it though. I guess it just went out of style.
Yeah, well, and then people still buy them, but our society lazy. Ain't nobody really trying to do no Wii no more. We lazy. And we can just sit there and have headphones on and talk trash to each other. Then that's what and all these war games and stuff that they have. Ain't nobody trying to be out there.
Yeah, I can't do those Rainbow Sixes and what is the other one called that people play all the time? Where they shoot at each other. It just makes
Call of Duty.
Oh, it makes my head hurt. I'm always looking down at the ground, going in circles, shooting myself in the foot. Like I can't do those things.
And somebody sniping you, and you don't know what side it was at. All you know is your man down, and you're like, where that shot come from?
Absolutely. So no, I don't do that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Y'all, we got. Did you see the list of stuff we talking about?
Oh yeah. Who would have set somebody on fire and sit there and watch them?
In New York, man, this migrant. Well, I went through the comments because I wanted to go down a rabbit hole because they talked about the suspect, but they didn't talk about the victim. And I was reading the comments because I was like, I wonder if this was a black woman. If I was to take a guess, a gambling guess, I would have said this was a black woman, right? But no, somebody in the comments was like, no, this was a 20-year-old white woman that was on the train. She was tired and she was sleeping. This migrant didn't even know her. Walked up to her with a lighter and just set her on fire. And she became engulfed in flames because I guess, man, what she had on was flammable. And they stood there and watched this chick burn.
Damn. Okay.
And, and he analyzed, and the crazy part, people stood there and they was filming and watching this. And also a cop walked right past, didn't get no blanket or, help the girl get on the ground and roll or nothing. And we gonna get into that, man, because I just was like, man, this is sick. So here's what we're gonna talk about: who's right, who's wrong. Basically, with that is a man took a woman out on a date, right? So you know how you normally go on a date, you'll order your food, she'll order her food, but this woman proceeded to order for all three of her kids, right? And the dude got up and walked off. And so we're going to talk about who's right and who's wrong.
That would be a nice segment too, Damo. Doing our shows, we should have a segment called "Who's Right, Who's Wrong."
Oh, we gonna do that every week. Every week we gonna have that, man. I said that's a new thing on the Nashville Caveman podcast. Who's right or who's wrong? Also, we gonna talk about this woman who demands that men going forward deposit and pay her $2,000 in order to date her.
All right.
So you gotta put down a deposit of $2,000 to $3,000 before she even give you a shot to date. All right, we'll talk about that. I said the same thing, Scott. Also, this man explains why he pees in the sink. He said it's more convenient for him to piss in the sink, turn the water on, and then let the water run and rinse the piss down the sink. He do it. He don't just do it at home. He do it when he go over other people's houses too.
Why he just don't pee in the toilet? Don't they do the same thing?
Well, I would let him explain why, and I was like, "Oh, this is hilarious." And this made, I'm gonna reserve my thought for it. Also, a man tricked Starbucks employees into giving him free coffee. Talk about a finesse and that feeling of guilt. We're going to talk about that. And also, last but not least, like we said, an illegal immigrant sets a woman on fire and watches her. He sat there after he did it and watched her burn. So, that's what we're going to be talking about today on the Nashville Caveman podcast. Stay tuned. But y'all know, as I always do every week, man, and artists, if you are an artist and you watching this live, if you want us to promote your song, man, go ahead and either cash at me or Sky $5, email us your song so we can add it to the playlist. And while we're doing our live podcast, we can have your music playing in the background.
Absolutely.
Also, if you got a music video, the same thing. Send, cash app Sky, cash app me 20. And then we'll go ahead and leave because there's only so many music videos I can put in the queue. So if you got a music video, you want us to go ahead and promote it, go ahead, either pay out Sky or myself, and let's go ahead and get you up here, man. Let's go ahead and promote it. So without further ado, if you're on here and you're watching, like I said, if you can share the live, we really appreciate it. That is the fastest way to help us grow. But I'm going to go ahead and get into some indie music, and then we're going to take a break, and we're going to get right back and jump right into this madness. All right? Thank y'all for tuning in with us.
Tenderly to me. I want you to know that I love you. You love it when I take it there. Love it when you pull my hair. just want you to know how I feel inside. I want you to know how I feel about you. I want you to know that I need you. I want you to know that I feel you. You so sweet, oh so sweet, attentively and tenderly to me. I want you to know that I love you.
All right, y'all, we are back. Again, man, before I go ahead and jump into these stories, man, if y'all could do us a favor, if you're on, first of all, I'm going to say hello to all my people on Bigo. Hello to everybody that's following us on TikTok. This is the first live show on TikTok, so thank you guys for following us. Everybody that's on Facebook right now following us, hey, how y'all doing? Hope you guys are having a great Christmas Eve. Everybody on Twitch, hello, thank you guys. And last but not least, YouTube. Thank you guys for being here. We appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and get into some of these stories, man. I think I'm going to start, Sky, with the roughest story first. You know what I'm saying? Because afterward, I think I want to lighten the mood. And I definitely want to talk about this, man. So without further ado, let me stroll down here and let's go ahead and get into this.
A man suspected of setting a woman on fire on a New York City subway is facing murder and arson charges. That's as we learn new details about the suspect in custody. That's him right there, leaving court just in the last hour or so. This video just in. ICE saying in a statement the man is a Guatemalan citizen who appears to have entered the country illegally for a second time. And police say a woman sleeping on the F train, back to the crime here, was brutally murdered by that suspect. Graphic video capturing the moment it happened. We're going to show it to you, but we want to warn you. It can give you a chance to turn away if you don't want to see it. We have blurred the body of the victim. Here's that video here. You can see a man that appears to be sitting on the bench watching as the victim was engulfed in flames. NBC's Julia Ainsley has more on this.
That's right, Maggie. We're learning more details about the suspect and that horrendous crime on the New York City subway. ICE today, that's Immigration and Customs Enforcement, saying the suspect in this case is a 33-year-old Guatemalan man by the name of Sebastian Zapata, who they say entered the country illegally and was removed by ICE in 2018. But that at some point in time, he crossed back into the country illegally in violation of that deportation order. It's not clear where else he's been in the United States. The New York Police Department says they also don't believe that there was a connection between the suspect and the victim, but that it's not clear that he so much as talked to the victim. The NYPD said that they had a pretty clear description of him. They were able to see him so well because of the surveillance videos that were around the F train at the time, which shows him just right outside of the train watching this horrendous crime take place. And the police were able to come down, but it was before it was too late for this woman because they smelled smoke. So in the meantime, ICE has issued a detainer to the NYPD so that whenever this suspect is finished with his time in the process, even if that's after a sentencing for homicide and arson, they could then take custody of him and deport him. So more details as we learn at Maggie about this suspect and this horrendous crime.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top.
So, y'all, that's where we at with that.
Well, if you on the side of deportation, this is all you need, right?
Man, let me tell you.
This is
I don't know how it would be if that was one of my loved ones and they was just sitting there minding their own business, and then somebody who ain't even really supposed to be here just walk up and do something that gruesome to them. I don't know where in my mind mentally I would be. And this is the problem when you don't have paperwork on people, right? And they're just allowed to just go around and roam and do as they please, where you're not having any record of who they are. This is what you get. One thing I thought about when I was listening to the story, remember when Trump was talking about, those countries letting out their criminals and people from mental hospitals and most of them were men that they saw migrating to the country. Not really a lot of women and kids, predominantly men. And people said that what he was saying was racist and xenophobic and all these other titles they had for him. And now we getting to see stuff like this.
Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. From this, if your narrative is deportation, this is it. This is the poster for you saying that, hey, Donald Trump is right. Let's get him out. But if somebody finds a video of an illegal immigrant saving a baby from drowning, then they will say, look, see, it's good to have people come over because they're nice enough to save. So it just depends on what side of the fence you're on. This answers your argument all day long.
Yeah, and you're right. And that's the bad part about it, because there are a lot of people over here generally that just come in here and they just, look, I just want to make a living. I ain't with that riffraff, but it's like you still got to do it the right way. It's still important to know, it's just like you're not going to let a stranger in your house without knowing who they are. You don't just let anybody into your house.
Well, if you're doing Airbnb, you might, but for normal people, you're
well,
right.
I'm just saying, like, if you're in the house, if you're there, I'm not talking about like, a house you're away from. If you're literally in the house, when somebody come in your house, you ask them to address themselves. You want to know who's walking in your house.
And the crazy part is that there are some Airbnb hosts that stay there when the guests get there too. They just rent out that one room.
Yeah.
We're still there. Yeah. Right. But I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Somebody like me, I got to know every foot that comes in and out the house, whether I'm there or not. I get that. Absolutely. Right. But I just feel sorry for the family of whoever that was. And he just sat there as good as he felt and just watched the burn.
He didn't just
nobody
watch
it. Done nothing. There's nobody inside there watching nothing. Just
no, they were watching it. Let me tell you, there was people filming. They actually had the video. I'm talking about now they blurring it out because it take the internet a couple of days to catch up with all the videos and and kind of edit them out. And this is why it makes me wonder if this was like a person of color, because usually when we go through something like that, they don't mind letting it show a couple times before they remove it. Most of the time, if it's, and I don't mean to make this a racial thing, but if it's, somebody of a different color, and we know what I'm talking about, they get rid of it real quick. They don't want that shown. But I think this woman was actually Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? At least in the comments, that's what somebody put. They was like, she was a 20-year-old woman, and she was just tired, laying there asleep, minding her own business, and this cat just walked up and said, but I want to hear more details on the victim. But I'm going to move past that. I want to talk about, man, what kind of society do we have that people literally can stop and film and watch that? Like, how are you make a cop on the video? If I could find it, man, I wish I could show it to you. A cop walked past. Just walked past. He didn't grab her. He didn't, hey, give me a blanket. Let me go ahead and, you know who had the blanket?
Who was that?
The suspect. And guess what he was doing?
Sitting there watching?
He was fanning her. So when you fan, it makes the flames do what?
Get worse.
So not only did this fool sit there and set her on fire and watch her, he literally banned her. I was wondering why I was watching the video, and I'm like, why don't he just cover her with the blanket and put this out? Why is he just flapping the... And then when my old ladies brought that to my attention, I was like, dang, that's deep, man. That's deep. Just to watch that, man, I mean, you know, Stein, and I feel like, I feel like that people, by great majority, are inherently bad. I think humans are horrible. I think we have good deeds within us, but I think overall, in general, we we are horrible, man. Absolutely.
I always thought that.
And horrible.
I always thought that way. I always wondered what was the reason of being. You know how some people are like, what is the reason of life? What is life all about? What is my purpose? And I always used to tell folks like, hey, so if God is your heavenly Father, what do parents do when you do things wrong? So when I did things wrong, I got punished. So I'm assuming that we all in heaven and you do something wrong and God said, stop that. You do it again. He said, stop that. Third time, like, you know what? I'm going to teach you a lesson. I'm going to send you to earth for 80 years. And that way you'll learn your lesson by the time you come back up here. So I'm with you on that. I've always thought that way. I always thought coming to earth was a punishment for something that we've done up there. Because, again, you done messed up. You done done something wrong. How many times? He done told you to stop. You hard-headed. You didn't want to listen. And now you on earth.
It's possible. You know what? I don't put nothing past nothing. Boy, I'm telling y'all, what I do know is, man, you gotta watch your back out here, no matter where you at. Mm-hmm. I don't like to be in transportation that's crowded, like a bus or train or nothing like that.
Absolutely.
I don't like to be in crowds where thank God we have online shopping. We don't have to always go to the store to shop. Some people like to shop in person, and I'm not against it, but I would, if I had a preference, I would prefer to shop online, where I don't be around crowds of people, and I ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying, somebody unaliving me because I'm at the wrong place, wrong time. So I want to limit the amount of times I'm in public as least as possible. And I know I'm not alone in feeling like that.
No, because I was just about to ask you, what is the definition of hell? Does anybody have a definition? If you have a definition of hell, please type and let me know. For me, the definition of hell is the unknown. So this is what you're saying. Every day that you open your eyes, Damo, you don't know what your next 24 hours is going to be like. Somebody going to shoot you, beat you up, run you over, or you going to hit a deer, or you going to get a phone call saying a loved one is dead, you're going to lose your job. Like, the unknown is hell. And that's why I don't believe in the traditional hell. I believe this is hell, because to imagine a woman burning like that for no reason, 24 hours prior to her being set on fire, she had no clue that she was going to get set on fire.
Man, you think about it, Sky, think about this. From the biblical point of view or perspective, right? Everything, all the descriptive words that they have of hell exists in real life, in our
Absolutely.
life, all of it.
Absolutely.
Every descriptive word we all feel. So I believe this is hell also.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm around a bunch of demons, man. I don't see good, and I don't see the good in people. I think people got good habits, they got good deeds, they get that endorphin that make them want to do a good deed. Absolutely. But I think overall, by great majority, I just think we around demons.
You gotta be careful. Wolf in sheep's clothing sometimes.
Selfish.
And that's how do you live in a life when you don't know? Because a snake's gonna be a snake, a spider's gonna be a spider, a dog's gonna be a dog. You've never seen a cat be a dog and a dog be a cat, right? You've never seen a horse be a pig and a pig be a horse. But with a human, you don't ever know what they're thinking. You be standing right next to somebody smiling, and you don't have a clue because it's not written on their forehead what they're thinking. And that's the dangerous animal in the world. I mean, you have animals who can run, who can shoot venom, who can paralyze you, who can constrict you. Yeah, that's dangerous too. But when you see an animal, because we are in the animal kingdom, and you don't have a clue what it is or what it's thinking, that's dangerous.
Well, you think about this guy. We're the only animal that unalive just for the sport.
Yeah.
We unalive other people and animals just for the sport of it, right?
Right.
Most of the other animals, it's survival.
Right.
It's either for food, it really is survival. It's either, man, I need to eat or I gotta protect my cubs or whatever. My litter. It is survival. We're the only one to do it for a sport.
Right.
That lets you know how evil that we are. And another point I want to make, think about how many people people will hate you because you happy.
Yeah.
There are people you can smile and you can always be, be upbeat. And they see that you're like that, and then they have a problem with that. That lets you know that think about how evil you gotta be to dislike somebody because, man, they happier than you.
Absolutely.
They're always happy.
Either they happier than you or your life ain't going the way you want your life to go. So there's animosity towards that person whose life is okay. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like you can't have nothing in this world. If your life is okay, not perfect, because nobody's life is perfect, there's people around you, family, friends, love, whoever, who is jealous. You'll never know. You'll never know. You never know who your enemies are until either A, you piss them off, or you get them drunk. Them two things, you'll find out who your enemies are right there and there.
Yeah. And there's a lot of hidden ones. Their enemies, they don't say anything. But up here, like I said, you could be a little bit further advanced in life than them, or you could just be a person who, no matter what, you're just happy. I know a few people like that. They just always upbeat, always positive. You'll be shocked. It'll make your day bad to see them having a bad day because you're not used to seeing them have bad days. Right? And people would just dislike them because that's how they operate. Like I said, I feel like I'm around a whole bunch of demons, man.
Yeah. And it'd be different if it was like the TV show The Walking Dead. We'll know what's a demon and what ain't. But now you don't know because that's just a TV show. You have no clue who you're around, people in your household. You can have kids grow up in the same household and be different people. You have the same mom, the same daddy, and you have 4 different kids grow up and live 4 separate lives. Like, how does that happen? I've experienced over 18 years. How do all 4 of y'all go out and live 4 separate lives?
I've experienced it first and foremost, firsthand. And I'm just telling you, man, I just think that the majority of people they're just not good. Think about this. Most of them love you more when you don't have no life than when you live. If you was to go ahead and pass on, then they come out, oh, such and such, and they speak on your behalf. They got something to say. Oh, no, not such and such gone. But when you live and they don't even have time to pick up the phone. They can't even send you a simple, hey, I'm just checking on your text message.
Absolutely.
So people actually love you more when you're not alive than when you're alive.
Mm-hmm.
They act like they ain't got no time to spend with you, but soon as you ascend on to another life, oh man, I wish I had one more minute with them. You had a whole bunch of chances to have that minute.
Absolutely.
It's just like when you're around demons, they want you, they love you when you suffer. You ever been on social media? And have you ever noticed that when you post something that you experiencing really bad, you going through something bad? Because I was going to post a photo that I sent you in your inbox when I was laying there, man, in the hospital. And I was like, no. Because if I would have did that, you know what would have happened? oh, you're in my prayers. Oh, you know, I wish you well. Oh, and I would have got more responses. But hey, if I'm posting, hey man, I got my own podcast show, I'm doing this and this and that. What do you think would have got more views?
Bad news travel fast.
And that or the bad news. Bad news travel fast. That let me know I'm around demons. That let me know that I'm around a whole bunch of demons. Because man, when it's bad, they pile on. We've seen it. Somebody pass away. Somebody, you know, man, get incarcerated. Oh, free such and such. The worst thing that happened to you, the more people are drawn to it.
Yeah.
The greater it is, if they don't like you, they ain't trying to give you no congratulations or anything. Not unless they genuinely like you, but just to do it just because they don't care. Man, you're doing good. I'm not doing good.
And you know what? Jay-Z said something a long time ago, 6 years ago on the Breakfast Club. He said, my success is not your failure. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell people all the time, my blessing is not your blessings, and your blessings is not my blessings, right? So if I see somebody doing good, I'm excited because in my opinion, just my opinion on it, God is in the blessing business. When I see him bless you, I know I'm next or somebody else is next. You know, he's the same all the time. So you have folks that are sitting here like looking at you, Damo, because you know you looking sharp every show. Like, why him and not me? Like, what do you mean why him and not you? You know what I'm saying? Like you're not him and he's not you. Well, why he got a podcast and I don't? What difference does it make? Everybody's path in this world is different. If you take the time to learn what God has blessed you with, you won't have time to hate on somebody else. But like you said, just so many people sitting there just hating and wishing on your downfall. It's crazy.
Yeah. I wish somebody can, in a debate, prove me wrong. But like I said, inherently, I think, man, humans are demons. I think we are the demons that we talk about. Because and all the behavior exhibits that of a demon. You know, people, that's why we are drawn to drama. We're drawn to drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, we prefer that over peace. But we report.
And you ain't lying. Look at all the TV shows that come on Channel 5 and Channel 4. Drama.
They're not family shows no more.
They're not family shows no more. They're all drama shows. How do you have 3 different versions of 911? How do you have 3 different versions of Chicago? Yeah, Chicago 5, Chicago PD. How do you have all this stuff? How do you have 10 hospital shows? Like, how do you have the same concepts over and over and over and people still watch it?
Hey, Sky, look at the movies. Think about the movies.
Yeah.
We used to have a Honey Who Shrunk the Kids. We used to have family movies.
Absolutely.
All of them, by a great majority, are white. They're demonic. And so the only reason why they will make them kind of movies is why? Because people are drawn to it.
Yeah.
People are entertained by it. So only a demon would be attracted to something demonic.
Yeah, and that's why horror shows like Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy, that's why they redo them all the time. I mean, there's only so much you can tell about Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, but they keep rebooting this stuff all the time. And you're right. It's just something about a human being, that darkness and that drama, it gets brought out when you watch that stuff.
It's like
Dexter. You know, Dexter's coming out with his 3rd thing. He had the first one, he had the prequel, and then this is about Dexter when he was a little boy. Well, about 10, 15 years ago, there was this little white kid that was watching Dexter on Showtime. He did his girlfriend the same way. This little boy was like 15 years old. He did his girlfriend the same way he saw Dexter do it on Showtime. He wrapped her up. He put the plastic around. He took the knife, stuck it in her heart. I mean, all that stuff. And you know they didn't blame him. They wanted to blame Dexter. They wanted to blame Tom and Dexter. Well, you let your child watch this stuff. So how your child ain't gonna take no blame for killing his girlfriend like that? That's crazy.
Man, I tell y'all, man, we are drawn by this stuff. We are drawn by the most evil actions. You know, man, there is no compassion, and it trips me out because when I hear people say we were made in the image of God, I don't think so. I think we was made in the image of Lucifer. You know what I'm saying? You know, man, because hell, some of y'all just, I mean, y'all just look, just look, man. Even in this country, where we got more freedoms than a lot of other countries, and we still can't get out of our own way.
Nope.
You know, and I think that's just a demonic spirit, man, that we dealing with. But I don't want to just harp on that, man. Prayers go out to that woman's family, though. I know I'll be suing New York. I'll tell you that. I'll be suing New York and whatnot. But from that crazy story to this, right? So let me cut this music and let's hear this dude, man. Because we're going to lighten this up. You know, it's Christmas Eve. We can't keep it dark. But I do think that was a story noteworthy of talking about. But this next thing that we going to get out, I just feel like I'm just blown away that this dude even said this. So this was on Angela Yee's radio station. So without further ado,
people's houses are peeing the sink instead of the.
Anonymous caller, tell us your secret.
Yeah. Because of my height, when I use the restroom at people's houses, I pee in the sink instead of the toilet.
What? Okay, just because you're tall, you do that?
I mean, it's the perfect height. You know what I'm saying? I whip it out. It's right there. I ain't got to worry about hitting the floor, hitting the rim. It go right down the sink. I turn the water on and flush it.
Wow. That's such a strange. First of all, how tall are you?
I'm 6'2".
That ain't that tall. That ain't that tall. So you have to prop yourself up on the sink. Now come on now. You what? Do you do that? Do you do that in your own house?
Don't ask me my secret. I'm telling you.
Do you do that in your own house?
Yes, I do.
You lying. You do that in your own house too?
Yes, I do. My wife sitting right beside you.
Wifey.
Somebody might know her voice.
Wifey, you allow him to pee in your bathroom sink?
I got my bathroom. She got her bathroom.
What about when you go to use a public restroom?
I pee in the sink if I can. If it's a bathroom, I can close and lock the door.
This feels like a fetish. Wow. This is just what you do. This is normal for you. Let me Google this. So you feel like with the toilet seat, you're missing too much. You're too tall.
I feel like I ain't got to worry about hitting around. I ain't got to worry about hitting the floor. You know, right there, the sink is right there. It's like a urinal in the bathroom.
So this is the same sink you brush your teeth with?
I got a double sink in my bathroom.
I'm not going to lie. So now I looked it up. It says, why do some people pee in the sink? And somebody said that it's actually more sanitary.
Hello. So yeah, it is the same thing I brush my teeth.
Oh, now you want
no!
Some cultures and subcultures, unconventional bathroom practices are that. What about you? Pee in the swimming pool?
Who does it?
Okay. All right. You got a finish. So let me ask you, do you have any boys?
Yeah, I have sons, but no, they don't live in the house.
Okay. Are you teaching them to pee in sinks too?
My sons are grown. What they pee is on them. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Now, I gotta ask you this. Where do you poop?
In the toilet.
Okay.
Y'all scrapping.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. Okay. Well, that list is never allowed else. You have a great one. All right. Hey, it's me and Yandy. What's good? Hey, girl.
What's up? How you doing?
We all right. We listen.
I'm trying to pause this. All right. Whoa. All right. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Man.
I know that's probably a disgusting thing because I knew folks who has done everything: toilets, urinals, and sinks. I've known people who has peed and pooped in both of them. Right? I know folks who told me they have peed and pooped in showers because hell, they taking a shower. It might as well,
it's gonna go down there, yeah.
Absolutely. Or maybe they peed and poop in the tub. So what you really don't want to do is to find a child on the outside peeing and pooping in a water fountain. Because all that stuff is connected. Has anybody ever wondered why when you was going to school, the water fountain is always connected to the bathroom because it's all the same water? I know it's disgusting, but it is. It's just a filter that filters that water before it comes to your mouth out of the water fountain. But that's all the same water. So if you think about it, yes, I don't do it. I think it's a little disgusting and honorary and trifling. But if you do think about it, the water fountain, the sink, the toilet, and the urinal, and depending on where you at, the tub, it all serves the same purpose. So I'm not too far against what he's saying, but I would never do that. But I'm just saying, if you think about it, when people are creating these things, it's all kind of connected. What do you think, Damo?
Man, let me tell you, I wasn't shocked when I heard it.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. Yeah, I'm not shocked. I wouldn't do it, but I'm not shocked.
Because I'm gonna tell you, in other countries, and this is, they don't have a choice in it, but they bathe and wash their clothes and drink out of the same. Like, look at India.
Yeah.
Look at India. They bathe, wash their clothes, and drink. Well, they don't probably drink out of this water anymore, but they definitely bathe and wash their clothes in the same water. So when you really think about it, I can see people lazy enough where they just go in the bathroom and they can't hold it. And, you know, the toilet right here and the sink right here, and they can lock the door and they can just go walk up to the sink, lay their little penis on the sink and just halfway. You know what I'm saying? I can see that.
Right.
And you got girls.
It's not shocking. It's once you go into a public bathroom or you go into somebody else's bathroom, there's germs everywhere. I don't care how clean it is.
That's sick work right there.
Yeah, because you don't know what they've done. So you go to somebody's house and say, hey, can I use your bathroom? And you walk in there and it's sparkling clean. It's still germs in there. So that's why you wash your hands. And even when you're washing your hands, you're still getting germs. There's no such thing as a germ-free world. I don't care how much you wash your hands, what you do, you always going to have some type of germs or bacteria on your hand. But then I'm glad y'all get to hear what others sane, because that man wasn't insane, other sane people do with it. I just don't want to go to an elementary school and I see a little kid come up on the steps and pull his pants down and start peeing in the water fountain, because it will do the same thing. You pee in that water fountain, you press the little button, and the water will wash the piss down the damn thing. So that's what you don't want to see.
Here's my question. Here's what I'm man, you know, somebody, I could see somebody going in right after him and then laying their toothbrush down on the sink and then brushing their teeth. Because listen to what he said. He said, I prefer not to go at the toilet because it's lower and you hitting the ground and you hitting the rim of the toilet. Because even if you ain't, the part to get away is the splash is hitting the toilet, rim, the floor, even your shoe possibly. But he just walk up to it and I was like, damn, more people may be doing that than we know. That's what it made me think of. Damn, I know he ain't the only one that think like this. Especially when we talk about elder people who have a hard time making it and barely make it to the bathroom.
Absolutely. And that's why I said I know, because I used to work at St. Thomas Hospital. I used to clean the rooms when the patients left or while they were still there. And before I broke my wrist, I had my own cleaning company. So I've seen it all. So I ain't got a reason to lie to you. I like I said, the only thing I haven't seen is somebody use a public water fountain yet.
Oh, I've seen it. I have seen that.
Oh, you've seen it? Oh, okay.
Oh, I've seen it happen in a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
The dude walked up to in Save-A-Lot, the one on Clarksville Highway. When it got the two restrooms that's right past the little where they do the little cash stuff. Mm-hmm. You go past that, you got the men's restroom, water fountain, women's restroom, then the break room. Right. This dude walked right up. Somebody was in both the bathrooms, so he whipped it out and peed right in the water fountain.
Because you have a high water fountain and you have a low water fountain for the kids. So I could see somebody peeing in the low water fountain where the kids would.
Man, you know the bizarre part about it, Sky? You know the real bizarre part about it?
What's that?
Is it was right by the cash registers. The cash registers, you have to walk past them. So that's why it was so easy to see this dude. I've seen it. You know, in life you'd be like, man, I done seen it all. And then somebody come with some new shit, and then you like, damn, I thought I saw it all. This is some new stuff right here.
Yeah.
Man.
Absolutely.
I've seen that. I seen the chick barely make the toilet. She walked in the bathroom and she couldn't make it to the toilet. Mm-hmm. Pissed, shitted, and had a period right there. All in one spot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was working the St. Thomas one day, and the nurse, I was in there cleaning, and the nurse kept telling the lady, hold on, because she had the little bucket where she had the little seat where it had wheels, but she had the bucket where she had to go clean. That lady couldn't wait. I'm sitting there mopping the floor. That lady sat on the thing without no bucket, and there she go. I was like, well,
damn.
all right. I was like, well, all right. And before I left, I had told the nurse, you need me to clean? She said, no, I got it, you know, now. But yeah, I sat there and watched this lady had me about 7 years old. Just sit there and just.
Well, I don't blame her, man, because you ain't going to have me pooping and peeing on myself. I'm sorry, man. You better move a little quick. Because, man, if I got to make the little brown mountain, then that's what got to be done, man. I'm too old. You know what I'm saying? It's going to rain and thunder and we're going to have rocks. You know what I'm saying? The death. You better move.
But you know what? I understand with little kids because they don't know no better. I understand with geriatric or dementia patients because they don't know no better. But if you in your right mind, you have to prove to me what is the purpose of pissing in a sink if you in your right mind.
I can tell you, if a kid did it, it would really make sense. Because how many teachers been told you to hold it and wait until, 5-10 minutes and you like, man, I got a minute, 30 seconds. And give us 5 more minutes and we'll go. What you doing? You gonna sit there and pee on yourself and get bullied all year long? Or are you gonna go over into that corner trash can, that metal trash can, and go to work? So absolutely. I'm shocked more kids don't do it. The way teachers used to do us.
Yeah. I mean, some of these teachers have 30 kids, and if you're a teacher, you got 30 children. Everybody got to go to the bathroom at the same time. To me, that's the craziest thing is to say, well, we're going to go pee at 9:15. But what if everybody got to pee at 9:15? Everybody's bladder is different. So when the little boy, little girl got to go pee at 9:45, well, bathroom time is over. What the hell are they supposed to do?
Right.
The system.
Man, I don't get it, man. But you're right. I mean, man, but I know that's something, I guarantee you, that is something that happens more frequently than we know and willing to admit. And I know it's a lot of dudes watching this, a lot of y'all watching it, and y'all ain't going to admit it. You know what I'm saying? But I know when I thought about what he was saying, it made a lot of sense. I was like, oh, that's something that may happen frequently. And you know what it made me think, Sky? Mm-hmm. Man, I'm going to be careful about who I let use my bathroom. You remember what you call it used to say? You got to do number 1, number 2? Mm-hmm. Nah, you ain't doing either one of them. Hey, man, there's a bush right there outside my house. You better go in that back door. You see that old broken down car? Just go on the other side of it. Shit. I don't know if I want to let nobody in my house to pee anymore.
Build your nice house for your guests. Build your outhouse for your guests.
Yeah, get one of them porta potties and put it outside, and they just take the bucket and put it up to yourself. I don't know if you're gonna let them in your. Cause you think, man, you got your toothbrush in there and your washcloths. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, you would think that, right? It's I will again. I understand. This is why I understand the education system to a certain extent, because these are things you're supposed to be taught between your parents and teachers on how to go to the restroom. You know what I'm saying? Or the bathroom. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
but if you come from another country, If you come from another country where you don't have it, then it's understandable, because I used to work at Amazon and I used to clean there, and you can tell some of these people standing on the toilet using the bathroom, like you see their footprints on the toilet bowl. Like, why are you standing? Why are you standing on the toilet?
I think women do that. I think women. I definitely think women do it. I think, and I don't blame them, because women, man, I wouldn't sit after another woman. And I thank God, man. I be thanking Jesus every day. I'm like, thank you for making me a man. I ain't gotta sit after these. I ain't gotta sit after these chicks. And you know what I'm saying? And because hell, man, I don't know if I could sit my ass after another female. I just don't know if I could do it. And then I ain't gotta bleed either. I ain't gotta bleed every month. So thank you, Jesus. All right, you know.
Yeah, it's hard being a woman out here, ain't it?
Yeah, it's rough. Y'all got it rough. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got some good things, but man, I don't know that public bathroom thing. Because I'm telling you, we away from the toilet. And I don't even want to take my thing out, man. There's flies and fruit flies and gnats around it. You know, I feel like, man, I'm in the middle of Africa. And, you know, in the poor village, man, peeing around some of these dudes. And I don't understand, right? I don't understand how the men's restroom is so nasty. Because, man, and I think maybe they do need to have bathrooms with more urinals. And I think they need to be high. Because if you had a high wall urinal, I don't think you'll have stuff like this. But when the bathroom don't have no urinal, guess what? They using your sink. I'm letting y'all know they using your sink. They using your sink.
And then you come and you use the toilet, and you gotta wash your hands, you know. And
you talking about, what's this yellow dot right here?
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen people throw up in sinks, and I've seen people throw up in water fountains. And you're like, ugh, I don't even want to drink out that water fountain no more. You know, I don't care how much you clean the water fountain. Once you see somebody throw up on a water, and this is children, this is back to kids. When you see a child throw up in a water fountain, I don't care how long you cleaned it, how many months ago it was, you do not want that water fountain no more. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It just, yeah. I'm not crazy. I know when I go into like Exxon and I gotta go to the bathroom, ain't no telling what that happened in that bathroom. Do you hear me?
Right.
All I just pray for is, does this soap work? Does this water work? And can I dry my hands when I walk out? You know, right. Sometimes I don't even dry my hands. You know how sometimes it's the paper towel, because I look like, why is the bottom of this paper towel still wet? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just dry my hands like this as I come out. Now, if they have the air dryer, I thought that was cool too, but what I didn't know is how the air circulates. It picks up from the bottom and circulates through the thing and hits your hand. So all the hands and stuff at the bottom, like if people pee at the bottom, is coming up and being circulated while you have your hand. Because I never knew where the air came from. I thought it was just a big ass vent that was in the back of it. But the lady told me, no, that's not how it works. It sucks the air from the bottom and pushes it back down through the vents. And that's what the heat is blowing your hair. I said,
that's sick work, man. That's sick work.
But that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in, right?
Yeah.
The unknown. The unknown.
You can't trust anything, man. This next thing, man, this next story, right? I think this is bogus. I think a lot of these women are just mentally ill. So, I'm glad that I wasn't born in this era. Well, actually, before I get to that, let me go ahead and tell y'all how this influencer tricked Starbucks out of, you know what I'm saying, of getting him a free coffee. So without further ado, let me go ahead, cut our music, Sky. And then just listen to what this fool did. And I don't know why y'all play these games and y'all think this cool. I don't think so, but to each their own.
Man, you are great. Heard you guys don't like black people. So I came to get my free coffee.
This influencer managed to trick Starbucks employees into giving him a free coffee.
I need a free coffee. Amanda, you are great. Yeah, this is how we do, man. Heard you guys don't like black people. So I came to get my free coffee.
This influencer managed to trick Starbucks employees.
So that's what we doing now?
What did he do?
That's what we doing. We using the race card and look, man. To my Caucasian brothers and sisters, You did not own any slaves. You did. Nah, your great grandmama and your great great grandma, and they probably didn't. Because a lot of y'all come from poor generations, and slaves was expensive. It's only a very, very, very small amount of Caucasians and blacks and Indians that actually owned slaves. So why do y'all feel guilty about some stuff that you were not a part of? And why do y'all allow people who wasn't a part of them experiences make y'all feel guilty about it? They wasn't even slaves.
What did he say do to get the free coffee?
Huh?
What did he say do to get the free coffee?
Man, I heard y'all don't like black people.
And she said, okay, here's a free coffee.
And then, yeah. That's what we doing now.
Well, hell, I can go back to the hood and say it to the same as racist black men. I heard y'all don't like black people too.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine? Because you know how he said that to one of us, we would have been like, and? And? They don't even like each other. It's a lot of people that, and Sky can attest to this, because I'm quite sure he knows some people too that's the same color as him that he don't like. It's a lot of y'all that's my color. I can't stand you. You know what I'm saying? Y'all messy, filled with drama, victims all the time. I can't stand you. Stealing, you know what I'm saying? I really can't stand a thief, you know? The hell? And to be able to use that, how could y'all let him be able to use that and he got away with it? Jesus Christ, man.
Well, hey, one for him, 0 for them, right?
Man, I tell you what, man. I tell you what I'm about to do, Sky. Is if it worked for him, I'm gonna go up in the Maserati dealership. And I'm gonna use that same thing and see if I can get a new car that way. Go up in there like, hey, BMW, I heard y'all don't like black people. And then see if they give me a brand new car. See if that works. Or is it just Starbucks employees that ain't got no common sense?
And you know what? They might give you the car, but you still gonna pay the taxes on that car. So you gonna pay something.
Well, hopefully it's free. You know, hopefully I can get the same thing. You know, and then they on strike. Starbucks on strike right now.
I did not know that.
Man, they shouldn't be giving y'all anything if y'all letting people get away with this kind of stuff. Y'all don't deserve no raises or whatnot. Y'all giving people free coffee. You ain't paying for none of them, and you ain't paying for none of them ingredients that went inside that to be giving away no free coffee.
I don't drink coffee or tea. I mean, what is a coffee nowadays? $6, $7?
Shit, not if you make it at home. Hell no. But then again, hell, if they like it, the hell, man, the price of inflation make you feel like you're paying $30 for some damn coffee.
Yeah, I see people going to Starbucks every day. They can't function without this Starbucks. I be like, man, are they selling drugs out of Starbucks? Starbucks and Chick-fil-A.
Yeah,
I always wonder if they're selling drugs out of there.
They are.
Whatever you're selling cannot be that addictive. It just can't.
It is.
Is it?
Sugar is like,
yeah, it's an addiction. Yeah.
It's the worst kind. You get, sugar is worse than hard drugs.
I can attest. Yes.
Man, there's people out here that they like, you know, look. They like, you know what? If you eat this, it can unalive you, and then go ahead and eat it anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's even worse. It's just as bad, if not. I personally think sugar is worse. They got it in everything. It's the reason why they got it in everything. Take sugar away and watch how insane people will go. Y'all ever took drugs away from an addict?
Yeah.
Well, take sugar away from everyday common folks that been hooked on sugars for years. It'd be worse than somebody that if you took cigarettes away from. Take cigarettes away from a smoker, and it's not even as bad as it would get if you took sugar away from common folk that's just hooked on sugar.
And these are the same folks that complain that they can't save money. But if you're spending $7 a day on Starbucks,
It's more than that. 7 is cheap. That's with a coupon. And more than that, you're about $10.
Now, I wish I was. Yeah. I don't even drink coffee, but it better come with a hooker if it's more than $7.
Not a hooker.
Yeah, it better come with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like shit.
Better come with a gold Gucci belt.
Yeah, $12 for a large Frappuccino. It better come with a hooker right with on the side. You know what I'm saying?
That's sick work in this guy.
Well, some of y'all crazy, and I dash, so I know the prices of Chick-fil-A, and I mean that shit is expensive, but man, that line every day is long. You remember New Jack City? How the line was long at his cartel? That's how it was every day here. I'm like, what are y'all selling over here?
I don't know what they doing in them labs. But whatever they growing, man.
It can't be the mac and cheese. It can't be the chicken sandwich. Why is this line long every day?
You're right.
Ooh.
You're right, Sky. You are absolutely right, man.
So, I guess I'm just asking. I don't want to knock the hustle. I guess I'm just asking because I want to know. You know what I'm saying? Hell, if you ain't gonna go to jail for it, I ain't gonna knock you for it. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm about to go to Carl Black Chevrolet, and I'm about to ask them, man, hey, I heard y'all don't like black people in here. You know what I'm saying? But y'all would love us if you give me a free Corvette.
Hey, I got family members that go to Carl Black. I remember Carl Black was a little bit up the street, and then when they got bougie and got some money, they moved a little bit back. They moved a little bit down the street. So yeah, I've been on Carl Black forever on Murfreesboro Road. Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we're gonna get to this crazy story, man, with this chick. There's a lot. I hear a lot of chicks talking about this, like dudes got to do this. But here we go. Without further ado, let me go ahead again and cut this music because this chick not in her rabbit ass mind. Without further ado, here go another crazy one.
The next love interest I come across, if I ever do again, which I probably won't, I'm gonna need like a $2,000, $3,000 deposit down payment. What? So that if they fuck me over or they ghost me or they fall asleep for 9 days, they're not getting their money back.
So let me get this right. The same guy or guys who have been ghosting you, screwing you over, falling asleep, disappearing, not taking you seriously, you now want those men to pay to be with you when they don't want to be with you for free?
The next love interest I come across.
I can see both sides, Damo, and let me tell you why. Her services is probably no different than the woman that braids my hair, right? So when you talk to her and you go on her app and you set a time, she wants a $25 deposit, right? So that way, if you don't show up, you fall asleep, you ghost her, you didn't waste her time, right?
Right.
But I can understand what he's saying too. What type of service are you getting to where I have to give you a deposit? Because I'm taking you out on a date, right? So that means I'm spending money on you. So you want me to send you a deposit before I come and pick you up and take you on a date? I don't understand that. I guess I do, but I don't. But like I said about the lady that braids my hair, I understand where she's coming from because she has to come to the shop, meet me, and make that time between her other customers. So I understand the time because time you can't get back. So is it the time that we're worried about, or is it just the principle of what the product is? Because I don't know what her product is.
I think that's what it is.
What her product is.
I think that's what it is, right? You're literally paying for a service. Right. So you reserve a spot for a service. And if you flake out on that, then I agree with the person that braids your hair. If they say, hey, you got to reserve this spot. And they did that because you're the one that want to get your hair done. Absolutely. So you're the one essentially getting something out of it. What she gets out of it is money. And so when you don't show up, she lose out on money.
Right.
Well, that's the difference. As far as the date is beneficial for both of us. And actually, the date is more beneficial for you because guess who's paying?
Absolutely.
If I'm paying, if it's expected for me to pay, you're the one gaining something out of this. What am I gaining out of? your time, because my time is being spent also.
Right.
So for her to even insinuate that is nuts. Because I'm going to tell you right now, let me get up close to my camera. If you done gave that booty away free, I'm not paying to take your ass anywhere. It's bad enough, man, I got to take you and get a meal and feed your hungry ass. And for me to have to put a down payment, hold on.
And that's what I was going to say.
For me to have to put a down payment on some shit that you done gave to somebody else for free? Hell no, you out your goddamn mind. Nobody gonna pay for that. You're gonna be single your whole life. Ain't nobody paying for that. What fool gonna do that? And then you average. You cute. You ain't gorgeous. Ain't no dude going unless he just short buzz and he's short buzz slow. That's the only dude I know that's gonna do it. Hold on, let me come over into the camp. That's the only dude. Ain't no dude paying no $2,000 to date your monkey ass when he can go get Rebecca $3,000 and fold her up and put her up under the bed or blow up that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know, escort service, and he ain't got to spend $2,000. You know, maybe he may have something come up and he just couldn't make it. You gonna keep his deposit? You out your goddamn mind. You crazy.
She says the deposit is $2,000?
Yeah. She's saying you got to deposit $2,000, and then if you don't show up or something happens, she get to keep the money.
Also, if I show up, do I get my $2,000 back?
I guess so.
Okay.
I guess so, but I ain't doing all that.
No. Now, I understand she would have been like $25. So that way, if you don't show up, I could have been out on a date with a guy that really wanted to take me out. $25, I'd be like, okay, here's $25. If I don't show up, I'm sorry I wasted your time. You could have been out on a date with Todd, and Todd could have ate you. I mean, you know, whatever. $2,000, you crazy as hell. I don't even put $2,000 down on cars. Like, I don't know what she talking about. She talking like she's a Mercedes-Benz AMG or something. Like, I don't even. What is she
gonna be single her whole life, man. And, man, she gonna be. It ain't even worth the effort. I wouldn't even that. It ain't even worth to even waste a breath on somebody like that.
Absolutely.
Cause there ain't no way. I wouldn't do. I'm not doing it, ma'am. You go ahead and take your old used up box somewhere else. Cause I ain't doing it.
But where do they get these ideas from? Do they got too much time on their hands?
Too much.
You know what it is?
Too much. It gotta be. It gotta be, because ain't no way, man. It gotta be.
Because I'm thinking to myself, who sits down and thinks, well, you know what? I'm going to be on Hinder or this and that app, or I'm going to just be on Facebook, and a guy will like, hey, can I take you out? Like, yeah, deposit $2,000 and be here by 7 p.m. Like,
yeah. If you're getting harassed and you want to do that, then I agree. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not all this for your time to cash app you. You know, and it's funny because these chicks be going around talking about broke. Well, you got to be broke to be asking the dude to cash app you some money. You know, it's for what? For your time? And you done gave that away for free? You ain't no virgins. I see if these were women back in before the 60s that was saying, hey, give me a couple dollars. Yeah, because they were virgins. But you can't just go ahead and give, you know what I mean? You gave it up for free and now you want what? No, man. Take your old single lonely ass elsewhere. You know, I do bad by myself.
It makes me think women are just complicated sometimes. I don't know.
They ain't complicated. Some of them is short bus slow. You know what I'm saying? Some of them need to get on the bus with a helmet, some knee pads, and you know what I'm saying? And something, man, shackles. Because some of y'all real slow. You know, your mamas and your daddies ain't told you, mom, you know, cat daddy gonna tell y'all slow.
I mean, we've gone from all the restaurants you can't take a girl on the first date to now putting a $2,000 deposit. And there's some guys that will do it now. There's some guys that are just so desperate they will do it because that's why she's doing this. It ain't like she's just doing it for fun. Somebody or somebody's with an S has done this. So then she's like, oh, I got 2, 3, 4 fools that will do it. Let me now promote it and see how many more fools I can get to do it. So somebody has done this. I don't know if it was $2,000, but somebody has done this.
You right, Sky. And this ain't because for her to say this, she had because they even insinuated she had to know somebody or somebody gave her maybe not quite $2,000, but I'm quite sure they had to have gave her some kind of money for her to even have the idea to do this.
Absolutely.
But y'all dudes, man, y'all better put me in school.
But is that illegal though? Is this like online prostitution?
It is prostitution. It is. It is online prostitution. You know what? I wish I knew what state she was in. Could y'all go lock her up? Because she promoting prostitution. She advertising. That's what it is. And she escort. That's escort.
That was a nice way of saying it.
Yeah. That's a nice way of saying she an escort. And a lot of these chicks are escorts. If you're an escort, if you ask somebody to cash at you, I'm sorry. They're paying for your time. What is that?
Yeah.
Escort / streetwalker.
Absolutely.
The lady of the night. You
absolutely. Yeah, because if he gives you $2,000 down deposit, the average Joe, he's gonna want more than just you eating. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me. Like, you know, I give you $2,000, and let's say I take you out to eat, and that costs $300-400, and then I just spent $70 in gas. Yeah, that's prostitution.
Hell yeah, that's why dudes is giving up, because it's too much. It's too much work, man. A lot of y'all females, it's too much work to be giving away something you done gave to about 4 or 5 other dudes for free, all because they said I lied to you and said I love you. You know they ain't love your ass. You just horny and they was just horny and they just said I love you to get you, and they got you, and now you trying to make somebody else pay. Oh, I got another story I left off of here. This is a good one, Sky. This is a good one, and I'm glad I caught it. I was strolling down. So this father walked in on his daughter, flash of money.
Okay.
Right? And then he put her out because he found out she was an exotic dancer. And that's how she got that money. So without further ado, she got a stack of money. Look at that.
What? What you doing? Dad, why don't you busting in my room like that?
Where you get all that money from? Where you been at all night? Huh?
I danced.
You danced?
Yes,
what
I
kind of
did.
dance? You footwork?
No.
Huh?
I'm not trying to be funny. You always trying to be funny.
So
No,
go
it
ahead and
doesn't
show
matter.
money.
It doesn't
You gotta
matter.
go.
It
You
doesn't
gotta go.
matter. I'm
You gotta
taking
go.
care of my son, right? Don't nobody in this
Ain't
house
no
tell
son
me.
gotta go.
Don't nobody in this house tell me to take care of him.
You're 18, trying to you exposing yourself for money. Why don't you
Okay,
go get a job?
I graduated now because this money comes back. Do you know how fast I made this money? I made this money in 2 months. I made this money in 2 months. You talking about $8. Okay, it doesn't matter. I can't help you pay the bills, right? You want help paying the bills?
I'm not raising no kids.
I can help you pay the bills, pay for my apartment, get my own car. I've been doing everything for myself. Why does it matter?
You exposing yourself for, come on, man, for money? Really doing? That's what I'm doing?
See,
Money?
I'm not exposing myself for money. I'm exposing myself so my baby can have a better life. It's not for money. It's so my baby can have a better life. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so what?
You can't do it in my house.
So I gotta leave?
Yes,
Okay, so then
you want that baby that goes.
so then you're gonna have, okay, you're gonna be back in the same predicament you was. As soon as I leave, you're gonna be back in the same predicament you was. Like, period. They're saving the business.
So she was a fool. Let me go ahead and stop
You
this.
wasn't in my room like that.
Where you going?
All right. So there we have it. She had a stack. I mean, she had a stack full of money. Now, I don't know if it was ones, but even if that was ones, it was a lot of ones. It still was a lot of money. And the dad busted in and caught her, man. And it's his house, his rules.
Absolutely. I don't know where to even start. Well, let's just start with the video. Why do people do that? I think I used to be a Cash Money fan, but now I hate Cash Money now because they started some shit that don't, to me now at my age, is stupid as shit. Who wants to flash money and put it up to their ears? And who are you trying to impress? I don't care if you had $1 million in your ears. That's your money. What does it have to do with me? And her flashing all this money is gonna get her hit in the back of her head and drugged somewhere and buried. That's all you doing. Yeah. You're just telling people, here I am. If you see me on the streets, if I get into your Uber, I got it. That to me is crazy. Now, to the dad, if your daughter, because it wasn't even about the dance, it just sounded like she was just all about money. Where do you think she got it from? She had to get it from you or the mama. Where do you think she got it from? That money runs the country. That money is everything. That without money, you are a nobody. Because that's what she's doing on this video. She's showing people I'm a somebody because I got money. So you taught her all her life that you got to go get this money. She found the way to go get it legally. We ain't talking about morally. Legally, and then you upset. You upset because she makes more than you and you working at McDonald's. That's the ego that's going against him because you knew where she worked. You asked her to come live with you so to help pay the bills. That's what she was saying. That you put me out, you're gonna be right back in the same predicament that you was. And now all of a sudden, you was probably on her live, watching her show all this money, and then you have a something against your daughter because she's making more in 30 minutes than you making 8 hours working at McDonald's.
Yep.
You know, sometimes you gotta put your what does it say? Sometimes you gotta put your feelings to the side. You know what I'm saying? As long as she ain't doing nothing gonna get me killed or locked up, morally, I could have an issue with it all day. But if the government says it's legal and they taxing it, girl, if that's what you want to do outside the house, hey, you pay me the $600-700 you owe me every month. My advice to you is just please stay off of social media flashing money like that because that's very, very dangerous. Stop doing it.
You're right. You're right. And the tragedy of it all is, even when he put her out, guess what? She gonna be doing this still.
Oh yeah. She gonna go to somebody else's house and need the money.
Only now, because she's no longer in your house, you can't protect the grandchild.
Absolutely.
So now you didn't look at the bigger picture because it's too late to save her. She's well beyond gone. She's well beyond safe. Now maybe a situation could come about, you know, she have an experience and she does start to get more to religion, right? But other than that, right now she's too far gone. She's seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, or the green at the end of the tunnel. So the best thing you could have done for her is just to make sure you look after that grandbaby. But you didn't just put her out, you put the baby out too. You know, so she gonna still be going out and be a lady of the night. She gonna be on them poles trolling. She gonna be getting money because obviously the money she had was enough for her to live on her own or move in with somebody else that's gonna be more accepting of it.
Absolutely.
So in the end, there's no winners either way. She's not a winner in the situation. He's not a winner in the situation. She needs somewhere to go, and guess what he needs?
Yep. Absolutely. And you know, and again, sometimes I was always told, sometimes you got to do things that you don't like to do in this world, right? Sometimes you got to do what you got to do until you can do better, right? He didn't let the conversation go long enough to say, is this something that she enjoys doing? Or is this just something she's using as a stepping stone? Because all I heard was she just wanted a better life for her child. That's all I heard come out of it. So that's if she's dancing for 2-3 years, she goes to college and she's done. Then if that legal money helps her get to where she want to be, that's fine. It's just a lot of people have a more biblical, moral perspective of dancers or strippers or whatever you want to call them, entertainers, you know what I'm saying? I'm like this. If it ain't illegal and you ain't bothering me, then it is okay. You know what I'm saying? That's between you and your God when you go to sleep at night, how you make your money.
Right.
But yeah, I think for that was just mostly ego, Damo. I think that's just what they do.
I do too. I think
watching
so
that
too.
live, that's why he busted in. It was like,
yeah, because he came in way too
yeah.
Like he already knew that what was going on.
Absolutely. And I was just thinking to myself, this is crazy.
Man, trying to find this last story. Where this dude took this woman out on a date. And it was all well until she did something that I agree with. I just don't think this is cool to do. I think if you take somebody on a date, it's all right as a man if you're going to pay for just you and her. But if you take her out on a date and then she order extra and then she getting stuff for her kids who are at the house and you paying for it, no, that's not cool. So without further ado, we're going to say this our segment of who do we think was right? Who do we think is wrong?
The shrimp. I mean, the spinach with meal. I also this what I'm gonna order. You can do this to go. To go? Yeah. And then I'm gonna get some for my 12-year-old because he eat like a man. So I get the fries. And then I'm gonna tomorrow.
Hold on, how much how much you got now? How much you got?
I have already put in the mix, so what I have for here. And then I have a spinach dip.
Spinach dip to go.
Buffalo sandwich to go.
Buffalo sandwich to go. Chicken tenders to go.
Yeah, that's all I have. I got 3 shrimp.
Got 3 shrimp?
Yeah, so I'm gonna order all this stuff.
Buffalo sandwich to go. Chicken tenders to go.
Yeah, that's all I have.
That's a lot to go. You might work for it. It's not first day. It's not first day. I'm not taking it in am I crazy? She crazy. I mean, I'm just am I crazy or she crazy? I'm gonna take care of the children. I don't care, man. What are you trying? I'm so sorry. We need to talk about. We need to time out. Keep the other stuff going. We'll go time out on the 15th to go on. Okay. Hey, them had kids. Them had kids. Okay. Yeah, we gotta talk about this.
All right, so that's where we at with that. That is where we at with it, man. He took her out on a date. He didn't even know, she didn't even tell him she had kids. So they like, man, that's bold. So they didn't really have much of a conversation. Because I'm quite sure had they had some kind of line of communication, that would have came out. That's one of the first things that come out during the date, right? At the beginning of the conversation. Well, what do you think about kids? Well, you know, I have 3 of my own. And they usually come out quick. So they was at the beginning of the date. So it was bold for her to, without even having a conversation, just start ordering stuff and for her kids. Now, me, on one hand, I would have been like, yeah. I'd have let her order it, and I'd be like, man, I want separate checks. She can pay for that. Hey, she gonna come off some cheeks today.
As a woman, I don't know if she had her own money, so she's sitting there broke with no money.
Nah, she got money.
Okay.
Because if she got kids, child support, and all the other stuff, you know how family court, man, be taking us for a spin.
If she
taking us down the back alley and pulverized us.
If she wanted to order something for her kids, then she should have ordered it. And if he was going to pay for it, he'd be like, hey, I got it. She should have pulled out her card or her money, and he'd have been like, hey, I got it. Women don't do that. That's wrong for you to expect for a man to do things like that, because our men are not like that or not built that way. If you go out on a date with a guy, bring you some money, because what happens if the date goes south and he don't want to pay? One of y'all be washing dishes. Right. So this is my advice to every woman. If you go out on a date for a first time, I don't care who it's with, I don't care what you're doing, I always have some backup money. At least have $50 on you or a credit card, because you never know what might go wrong. The second thing I want to say, Damon, have you ever been in the store with your wife and y'all just gonna go buy a few things, but every time you go up and down a different aisle, she putting shit in the basket? Have you ever done that? Okay, there you go. So as a man, I know when I go out shopping with a woman, I know even if she said, well, we're gonna go get some turnip greens and onions, I know she's gonna find some chips, some cold. So I always know that I'm gonna have to bring extra, because I know damn well we ain't gonna just go with it's just that, right? So my third point is to all you men that's supposed to be, if you're going to take a woman out on the date, whether she brings extra money or not, you need to have what I call reserve. Like, so let's say I'm taking her to Demons. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to spend $100. So I'm going to bring $250. Because if something like this happens to where her kids are hungry and she doesn't have money, I'm not going to be caught off guard. Who would just, if you think the date's going to cost you $50, why would you want to bring $45? Because you never know what emergencies might happen. So I always have the money that I'm going with, plus an emergency fund, just in case something out the, a flat tire, you run out of gas, whatever. But in this case, the emergency is she has 3 kids at home that are hungry, and she wants me to pay for it. I was like, okay, cool, fine. The next date I might not take you out, but at this point, go right ahead.
See, and that's what make you a good guy. Now, let me tell you.
Well, you know,
It ain't happening. Look, if I go to Texas Longhouse, you know what I'm saying, and we eating steaks and stuff, I'm not buying your kid back. Now, if your kid hungry, we can stop at McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, and grab him something. You know, I even take you to the grocery store to buy some food you can cook up. Well, if y'all doing that, man, let me get y'all some spaghetti. You can make a 2-3 day meal out of this. But your kids ain't eating no steaks and shrimp and my daughter, my earned money. It ain't happening, man. I'm sorry.
Well, if I'm on the first date, we ain't gonna be no steak and lobster, no way. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No.
We will go.
But I'm just saying,
yeah, we will. What's a nice little place like O'Charlie's? How about that? Something like that.
Right, or Cheesecake
Chili's, you know, hell, might not even that. I might go to Nero's or McAllister's, you know, something like that on a first date. So that way she's like, you know, my 17-year-old son's at home and he's hungry. I'm like, okay, well, pick something off the menu and give it to him, take it to go plate, whatever, you know. But now if you going for lobster and steak, then I know what my reserve has to be. Because you taking a girl for lobster and steak that has never ate lobster and steak because she's been in the project all the damn life, she's gonna get that 19-ounce, $25, $30 steak. You know what I'm saying? Plus all the she's never had before in her life. So you're gonna spend over $100.
I tell you why I would never do that. Because these women got game that exceeds the intelligence of us men. These chicks will have a dude at home, take you on a date. They do to know that you taking them on a date, and then have you buying her stuff, and she take it back and give it to her dude. Women do that shit all the time.
That can happen all the time, man. You know.
Then how they do order. I watched the video. If I ever come across this video, I'm gonna tag you in it. Where this woman was in the room with her quote unquote friend, and this dude clapping her cheeks, right? And she went ahead and called the boyfriend on the phone and was like, I'm hungry. Could you order a pizza? And could you order me this and that? And he went ahead and did it. And it's another dude, he feeding her and the dude she with. So I just say this, man. A lot of these females, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of them use their kids to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? They do it to their baby daddies. They'll do it to you
Absolutely.
too. So I don't mind helping, but it's gonna be on my court.
Right.
I'm not gonna be in Panera getting you no $20 sandwich when I could go to Burger King and get you something out your kids something off the dollar menu that fill them up all the same. I can fill them up the same way, spending less money.
And that's true because I've been on both sides. I've been on dates where this is happening. I've been on dates prior to going. I knew she had kids and her baby daddy wasn't shit. So I knew I was gonna buy the kids something. And I've been on dates where I've had the girl and all her kids in the car and we went. So I've been on all three. And what I've learned is I can't worry about things I can't control, right? So if a girl says, hey, I need $25 for gas, I sent her $25. She used that $25 for her and her boyfriend to get a hotel. Once that money leaves my hand, my blessing is done. Once it gets in your hand, whatever you do with it, that's between you, your blessing, and your God. Because I can't worry about humans and what they do if I've decided to do it. Once I send them to it. So it would drive you crazy thinking that whether it's a family friend, a girl you know in the neighborhood, a girl you're trying to date, what are their real intentions? You go crazy. Either you want to do it or you don't. That's how and sometimes I don't. I don't pay people no attention. Can I have
and you know, from that perspective, Sky, I don't think you're wrong in that asset. You know, for people that feel like that, I'm not saying that they're wrong. I've never, tell a man have an opinion that they're wrong. I'm just saying I'm not doing it because, man, I don't have faith in people to be good and do the right thing. I don't have belief in people intentions. I think people's intentions is foul. And hey, man, you know what? Are you with me because you need my help, meaning you want to use me? Or do you genuinely want to build with me? And if you out the gate already doing stuff like that, it's telling me to laugh. You're not really here for, us to get to know each other and build. No, you want me to help you out of your situation that you effed up and put yourself in. I ain't the one that went out and had a kid with a dude that
absolutely.
That had a credit score. And they can't
Thank you for saying that. Having multiple kids with one dude that ain't shit, or having multiple kids with multiple dudes that ain't shit, that's frowned upon, right? Like, you can't say that. Like, you can't go up to women right now that are single moms and say, hey, you need your ass whooped for sleeping with these niggas. It's frowned upon. You can't do that. You have to sugarcoat and be like, oh, it's okay. We all make mistakes and we learn from them. Bullshit. Your ass is dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And then the only people that suffers is the children.
Yeah.
So that's why I look at it like that. If the mom is beefing and the dad is beefing, I'm like, look, I don't care about y'all. Y'all are grown. If the child needs something and I can do it, I do it. Because I've heard blow this money on a bunch of BS anyway. So if it needs some milk, some diapers, or some shoes, whatever, that is fine. Just go get it. So, because the baby's sitting here crying, you ain't got it, she ain't got it. Here, let's just go get it. So the child will quit suffering. You see what I'm saying?
That's why broke people know that it should be illegal for broke people to have sex.
If
you broke like that, be broke, and you should not be allowed to have sex. If you broke.
If you make less than 50 grand, I don't think you should be even having sex.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing nothing, man. You know, just get you a video and some Vaseline or whatever you use, baby oil in Diddy's case, and then have at it. You know?
Because the number one trend right now, and a lot of people gonna hate me, but every time I turn on YouTube is don't date single mothers. And every single mother ain't bad. Some of them husbands that died in a war. Some of them husbands just died. Some of them husbands did just leave. So everybody ain't on that, but the majority, they probably have an issue with picking good men.
And that's the thing. And let me tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all why dudes do that. All right, because a lot of women may not quite understand why dudes judge based on that. If you are, because most dudes, when they get with a female, and it's even long ago, when maybe not anymore, because now things are more 50-50. But it used to be where men would go to work and they come home and they would do what with their money. They would hand it over to the woman, right? Mm-hmm. She will pay all the bills, and she will be the one that's deciding what to do with the finances. She be in control of the finances. He be in control of making the finances. She will be in control of distributing the finances. Absolutely. So the way men look at it, and a lot of women don't understand this, is if you make bad decisions when it comes to men, why should I trust you to make good decisions with money that I bring home and hand to? That's how they look at it. And a lot of women don't understand that, but that actually do make some sense, because men and women, the biggest decision that we're going to make in our life is who we decide to marry. It's not the first house. It's not buying a car. It's not a career. All of those things have been destroyed by marriage. So who you decide that you're going to marry is the most important decision you're going to ever make in your life. Absolutely. So when you have a kid with a dude, and then we do the backstory on him, and then we say that this dude wasn't shit, you have to explain to us what it was, because it can't be, well, I was just young and dumb. Because some of y'all old and dumb. You know what I'm saying? So that can't be. You have to make a legitimate, and have a legitimate story, or just be honest and say, hey, I messed up. You have to take ownership at least. At least, because that's the best thing you can do, to say, I was stupid. I was looking at this instead of this. You know what I'm saying? And that was a decision or choice that I'm gonna have to pay for the rest of my life. Good came out of it, but a lot of bad came out of it. And if I could do it all over again, I would. A dude could accept that. But then when you making excuses and you pointing fingers, then we like, well, you picked them. You picked them. So, you know what I'm saying? If I give you this money, what you gonna blame everything that you use the money on for not working? I invested in this and I did that. Well, you still made the choice. So the parallel line between the two is very thin, you know? And that's how dudes look at it. So yeah, it's not fair, but life ain't fair. And yeah, you're gonna be judged by that. You better hope that the dude that you and it's different. Cause Sky, if they were married and the husband passed away, that's different. But if they, you know what I'm saying? Like if they divorced the husband, well, you divorced him. I'm not perfect. So if you divorced him, well, if I make a mistake, you're gonna divorce me too. That's held against you.
That's held against you. And I don't know if I heard Kevin Samuel say this or somebody else, but he said the biggest blessing that a woman can give a man is a child. You know, you can be with a woman and she can lie to you about how many times she's had sex. She could have had sex 100 times, and you look at her and she looks like a virgin. You know, but when there's a child involved, then you know something did happen. So if you have 2-3 kids with 2-3 baby daddies, then I'm thinking, well, where's my blessing? Like, what makes me special? Even if you give me a child, I don't feel special no more because you giving all these special blessings to everybody else, and every time you gave this guy a blessing, he left. He's somewhere else with another girl, or he don't want to pay child support, or he don't want to take care of his kids. But then if I come and you give me a blessing, I'm not the type of gonna be like, well, this is just my child. Damn, these other 3, I ain't how I was raised. So now I gotta take care of my blessing plus the other 3 blessings. We talking about young kids, y'all. We ain't talking about 16, 17, 18, 21. We talking about young kids. And so that's the issue you're going to have when you are a single mother and you dated horrible men and you want a relationship. All you're going to get is other guys that are like, dude got her pregnant and left. I can hit it and get pregnant left.
Man,
these girls is doing it. They sleeping with guys. They don't know where they live. They don't know what school they going to. They don't know their social security number. How do you sleep with a guy and don't know his social security number? How you supposed to get child support? I think he works at the KFC on Gallatin Road, but then sometimes they say he moved to the one in Madison. Like, child support people ain't chasing folks. You got to give them an address or a social security number so he can be served, right? Right. They ain't even doing that. They just opening their legs to anybody, and you don't even know who your baby daddy is or who the father of this child.
Right. And you're right, Sky, and it says a lot about females' decision-making skills.
Absolutely.
That's where dudes are. That's where the judgment come in.
Absolutely.
It speaks volumes on your decision making, and when you're trying to look for somebody to build with, and they exhibit any behaviors of having bad decision-making skills,
absolutely,
you pump the brakes.
Absolutely. And even women who don't have kids, they do the same thing. They make bad decisions. The only difference is they probably wore condoms with their bad decisions. So I can't see it every day what their bad decisions were until it hits me in the face. But you out here with 3 little bad decisions running around. It's like,
you got to carry. If you're carrying them decisions, that's it. That's the difference.
Yeah. How do you marry a woman with 3 kids and she ain't married none of the baby daddies or was even engaged?
Right. Even we judge it because, and that's why we judge it because it is. If you make the wrong choice. Look at Dre. Look how much Dre had to part with for marrying the wrong woman. Anytime you marry somebody that believes in divorce, you lose. That's an absolute L. You can't tell me that's not the biggest decision that Dre ever made. Look how it's hurt him. And I'm one of them guys, you know, man, I ain't gonna make this long, but I'm one of them guys that if you was with a woman when you ain't have a pop of pee in and the window to throw it out. And then y'all go 15, 20 years and she decided to divorce you, at least she worked, she earned it. She was there with you when you didn't have absolutely nothing.
Absolutely.
Right? But man, there's females that's getting with dudes after they done already built, and these idiots, these fools, is going ahead and they man you can't build something with something. How can you build with somebody who already done built with you? You done already built. You gotta have paperwork. You know, not just prenups, but you have to have a lot of things covered, contractual wise, for protection.
Absolutely.
So that's it, man. I got to say on it. Sky, you want to add anything?
Golly, y'all, if y'all are young, if you 16 to 25, get your life in order, travel, do things. Now, if you are blessed enough at 18 to meet your soulmate and you get married and you know this is it, you don't want nobody else, and y'all gonna spend the next 90 years together, I'm not knocking that neither. But a lot of y'all ain't fair finance, so let's be realistic.
Right.
I know kids are supposed to be a blessing from God, but we ain't talking about on a moral or spiritual level. We talking about on a physical and reality level, right? Have kids with somebody that you have vetted, because nothing's perfect. But at least at the end of the day, you're not walking around here with 3 kids, 3 baby daddies, or 3 kids and 1 baby daddy. Because whoever the new dude or the good guy that wants to be with you, he got to put it with you, 3 kids and 8 kids, and however many baby daddies that you just spawn off. And that right there is it's a burden. It really is, because a lot of them, these baby daddies, they don't want to let the girl go. They don't want to be with her, but they don't want her to be with somebody else neither. So you can deal with that crap. That's how it is.
You're right. You know, and I think that with women too, it's the biggest decision you'll ever make. It's the biggest decision you'll ever make. And don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong, because it's a price. It's a price that you can pay for.
Yep, and it might last longer than 18 years.
Yep.
It might last longer than that, man. So I'm just trying to give folks, because there are good men out there. There are men that will treat you like a queen. There are men that will stick with you and never cheat. But those men are, like he said, are men that want to build something, a legacy, leave something, and you got to be with a woman that you know, loyalty, trust, that got your back. And and will make the best decisions she can. It's hard, and I hate stereotyping, but it is hard to be a woman, single woman with kids, talking about I'm ready to get married, because they were like, well, the dude or the 2 dudes or the 3 dudes have been here. Why they didn't marry you? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so if you're a virgin, get yourself some toys. Don't be out here sleeping with just any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Wait until you think that you have, because again, nothing's perfect. So wait till you think that you have the best man. And even if you marry him and you lose your virginity to your husband, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with losing your virginity to your husband. It's that nowadays women value themselves with their vaginas. And I don't get it. For them to get what they want, they think they have to open their legs. And if you think like that, you got a long life to live. A long life to live.
Right. Man, I want to tell y'all thank you, man. If you're still here with us, we really appreciate you. Do us a favor. Follow us on, if you are following us, whatever platform you're on, share the live. It'll really help us out a lot. I hope you guys have a great Christmas. Hope you get everything you wish for. And like Sky said, family is more important than the gifts. So enjoy the time with your family. Tomorrow is not promised. The only thing guaranteed in life is death. So the long as you're living or you're on this half of the dirt, you're a winner. Don't ever forget that. And Sky, is there anything you want to say to anybody before we head off?
Thanks to everybody that has been rocking with us all of 2024. Man, we really appreciate it. Don't take these Tuesdays for granted. It's a blessing that we're able, because as busy as Damon could be, it's a blessing that we have his time on Tuesdays for 2 hours to drop gems to y'all. Some of y'all might not like what he says, but he's being honest and truthful. You know what I'm saying? So take this time to understand, well, whatever we give y'all, run with it and try to be the best person that you can be every day of your life. And like you said, you're not guaranteed tomorrow. So yeah, 2024 was good. We'll see what 2025 will bring us, Damo.
Yes, sir. And hey, are we doing a show next week?
We can. Hold on. Next year, next two will be what? New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve. It'll be.
Do you want to do a best of? Like go back through all the years and find out what our best subjects were and redo them?
You know what? I would love to do that.
Best of.
Hey, how about this? How about this, Sky? How about you find 3 and then I find 3?
I sure will. We'll do that. So next week, y'all, we'll do the best of, and y'all need to comment on it. Call in, do whatever y'all need to do, because it's gonna be a good show. The best of our best, 6 topics? You 3, me 3. Our best topics that we've done all year. We're gonna go back and revisit those topics.
That means I'm gonna be at work watching a lot of video right now.
Some of I still have in my head.
A lot of video.
Yeah, some of I still have in my head. That was a good video, absolutely.
Man, thank you guys, man. Peace, love, and y'all have a Merry Christmas. God bless y'all.